and exceptional leadership skills. By investing in Iowa's youth, we are investing in Iowa's future. John Schaefer, Austin Oliver on the call today, and we've got a great matchup in the 4-5. Gilbert Tigers, the 5 seed, taking on the North Scott Lady Lancers, the 4 seed. Both these teams on the season have been absolutely stellar, combining for just 1 loss on the year, 5 ties. And certainly 14 wins for Gilbert, 15 for North Scott. Austin.
Yeah, John, we talked a little bit on the pregame here as we were getting ready to go. And, I mean, this almost seems like a finals record matchup, you know, with the way that these two have competed over the course of the season. Just that 1 loss. I was even looking at the goals given up. Gilbert's given up 5 goals. North Scott's only given up 9 goals. So these gals are used to scoring a lot of goals and not letting a lot of goals get through. So looking forward to a great game today.
And a couple players to watch, obviously. For Gilbert, number 6, Madison Powers, the senior this season, has been absolutely electric. She's found the net quite a bit this year.
Yeah, 21 times, 8 assists. But, I mean, both these teams are kind of centered. Both of their offense are kind of centered around one player. And as you mentioned, Madison Powers. On the other side, it's Reese Barnett, a sophomore forward, 25 goals, 19 assists. Almost all the offense running through her in one way or another.
Well, let's take a look at the road to state for both of these teams here on the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Network. And it's been a road that neither seem to be super tested on their way here. They obviously, for Gilbert, they top Bondurant Farrar in the Region 4 championship to get here. On the other side, North Scott beats Fort Madison handedly, and you said it. Both these teams certainly have sights set on a championship game. This could have been a matchup that you'd expect in the semis or a championship game, but you look at their road and just how good they've been this year. It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, super effective. Got a chance to talk to both coaches. A little bit unique. Most of the teams are used to playing on turf, but we're going to be playing on grass today and walking a little bit out on the field. It's a little bit thicker grass, too. Yeah. So that's going to be a little bit of an adjustment for both of these teams. Gilbert Tigers coach had said that they'd been practicing, preparing on grass to get ready to go. I'm sure North Scott did very much the same thing as well. So
yeah. Absolutely. 2 contrasting styles as well. Gilbert, you're going to see a little bit more width to their structure. On the other side, North Scott, talking to us, they like to play through the middle of the field a little bit more.
Yeah, both teams, really talked about ball possession. Not a lot of stuff's going to be going over the top. I think we'll see that sometimes, but I see a ball control, kind of game on both sides and trying to find those spots that they could get in and try to make an attack. It's going to be a great game today.
Well, we're looking forward to get you kickoff here in just a few moments. We'll be right back with more soccer. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours.
Fuel choice that's cheaper, homegrown, and better for the planet? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Goalkeeper right down here. Welcome back to Lead Rec Fields here in Ames, Iowa, on the campus of Iowa State University, getting ready for Class 2A girls soccer action. An absolutely perfect, pristine afternoon here, I'd say, for girls soccer. Maybe a little toastier than we've seen most of the season, but no less. I think the girls will take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Last year we were sitting in these same spots, getting drenched, had water pooling up in our shoes, trying to keep everything dry, and I think they take this weather situation much more than that every time. So perfect weather, I think, if you ask me.
Well, we'll get ready for starting lineups. Both teams taking the sideline here, venturing out to midfield. And we'll turn it over to our public address announcer here in just a moment. Once again, John Schaefer, Austin Oliver on the call today here on the Girls Union Network. We'll turn it over to PA.
Substitution for Lewis Central, number 19, Jalen Hilbane. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to welcome you to the 2026 Iowa Girls State Soccer Quarterfinals, presented by Iowa. Second matchup features the players from Gilbert and the North Scott Lancers. Now let's meet the players in today's quarterfinal matchup. First, non-starters for Gilbert. Number 5, Riley Jordison. Number 7, Izzy Perona. Number 16, Kylie Marquette. Number 18, Tessa Carsten. Number 20, Paisley Gilbert. Number 22, Maddie Hunson. Number 23, Alexandria Leary. Number 25, Aubrey Johnson. Number 29, Madeline Olswing. Number 30, Ellen Peel. And number 31, Lucy Peronis. Now that's the North Scott starters. Number 1, Kelsey Clayton. Number 4, Lydia Schnorenberg. Number 6, Natalie O'Flaherty. Number 8, Ariana Moore. Number 9, Julia Solis. Number 14, Tegan Schmidt. Number 15, Sawyer Coburn. Number 16, Mallory Fufire. Number 19, Elliot Wilski. Number 21, Brinley Fitzgibbon. And number 22, Remy Blocker. Now let's use the starters for both teams. First, the starters from the Tigers of Gilbert. Number 1, Allie. Substitution for Lewis Central, number 7. Number 2, Leah Mueller. Number 3, Kennedy Hansen. Number 6, Elena O'Connor. Number 4, Lila Kuchenberg. Number 6, Madison Powers. Number 11, Keaton Hansen. Number 12, Michelle Oakey. Number 13, Annika Yoder-Stuhl. Number 14, Greta Pretz. Number 17, Sandy Johnson. And number 27, Charlotte Leopard. The head coaches for Gilbert are Dawn Jones and Heather Kearns. Assistant coaches are Kaylee Beck, Tessa Palm, and Annika Behrens. Now let's meet the starters for North Scott. Number 0, Nora Barnett. Number 2, Tanner Schill. Number 3, Mackenzie Mueller. Number 10, Isabella Moore. Number 11, Sarah Ben Horst. Number 12, Delaney Hill. Number 13, Reese Barnett. Number 17, Chloe Dorr. Number 20, Paige Kuhn. Number 23, Allie Mueller. And number 26, Cameron Jones. Soccer fans, due to the heat index, we will be taking mandatory water breaks, 3-minute water breaks. Assistant referee is Tom McCullough. Assistant referees are Patrick Gordon and me. And the fourth official today is Amir Ajik. Once again, congratulations and good luck to both teams. Let's play championship soccer.
So there are our starting lineups once again for the Gilbert Tigers and North Scott Lady Lancers. And one look across the two-way bracket today. And you look, Norwalk and Lewis Central just got kicked off about 15 minutes ago behind us. Didn't quite catch a score update on that one. The number 1 seed Norwalk this season, 16-1-2. This matchup gets the winner of that, North Scott Gilbert, obviously. And then later tonight, Waverly, Shell Rock, North Polk will duke it out at 5:30. Dallas Center Grimes and Bishop Heelan in the 3-6 at 5:45. And this field loaded with plenty of returning teams. Obviously, Dallas Center Grimes, 4-time defending champs. We'll talk more about them as we get ready for their game. But certainly the big target on the back for the Phillies.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough road for them to be able to put another notch onto that championship belt for them. But I know that that's their, what they want to do this season as well. So it's going to be an interesting little tournament here. Lots of really, really tough teams. And I think we got to just humdinger of a game right here today. Yeah,
this 4-5 matchup is set to be a good one. A lot of scoring on both sides of this field. We talked about in the pregame show some contrasting styles. And it'll be North Scott that will get the opening kickoff, it would appear. Of course, you got the Union logo at midfield. Got to give credit to the Union, how great they make these tournaments feel. Really immerses all these girls and makes them feel like this is truly a special moment, and it is for the right reasons.
Yeah, field looks great. Got to walk, like I said, got to walk around on a little bit. The grass is in great condition, and that logo in the middle just looks really, really nice.
It'll be Mackenzie Muller to kick things off, the senior for North Scott. Officials coming together.
A little discussion here between Tom McCullough, our center ref, and then one of the ARs, Pat Gordon.
There's a hole at the top of the North Scott net.
You can actually see it,
yeah.
I can see it
and
there.
And that could create some challenges, so they'll have to find a zip tie and get this navigated. So my guess is someone in warm-ups let one fire off and just got a little tot up there. So we will get this all squared away. As you know, it's not a state tournament with a slight net malfunction, but last thing you want is someone sniffing one right under the crossbar.
Exactly.
That's a tough angle to see. It's one thing if it's low.
Yeah.
It's another, though, if it's high like that under the crossbar. Great crowd on hand as well. Obviously, both these schools traveling very, very well. Gilbert just up the road. And then North Scott having to make a little bit more of a trek here to Central Iowa. Second year here at Lead Rec Fields, though, and we talked about the weather last year. The field still held up really nicely, and this week, we had some rain over the weekend, but the field looks great, crisp, green. Turf management team over here does a great job.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really nice shape right now. So, I mean, it's going to get some wear over here because of some games, but right now looking really, really nice. Yeah, that little bit of a hole in the net there is like right in the middle and the top there, too. So it's a pretty crucial spot there, too, that they don't want to miss here. But it looks like they're going to get this fixed up here pretty quickly.
Find some athletic tape and let's get that thing patched and ready. But instead, we will have just a slight delay. The other thing that will slow us down a little bit today, mandatory water breaks on the 10s, and that's just part of the heat. We are in a heat advisory through 9 p.m. tomorrow night, according to the National Weather Service. So, again, trying to keep these girls hydrated and healthy. Haven't seen a ton of this type of weather this season. I know late in the year it got a little bit warmer like this, but this is quite the team effort here.
It is. We're not messing around here. Maybe some cheerleading background there, maybe. Maybe a little bit of a pyramid.
Dig it. Well, it's taped up and appears ready to go. And we should be off and running here in just a moment.
I know it's always funny. You see that in hockey and in soccer where they check that net. I don't think I've ever seen anybody ever say, hey, we got a problem. And sure would wait to a championship match or a state tournament match to be able to say we do have a problem here, but they got that fixed pretty quickly.
And they'll be able to get that repaired, I'm sure, after this matchup. And again, the 4-5 Gilbert Tigers come in as the 5 seed. North Scott the 4. And we will kick things off on our referee's whistle. And we are off. And North Scott told us they like to play things through the middle. They do have some speed. Reese Barnett has been the central goal scorer this season for the Lady Lancers. And the possession right now just transferring back and forth a bit. Barnett plays it back.
Yeah, we'll probably see a little bit of sloppy play here in the first 5 to 10 minutes, maybe even the first half of this first half, as these players get used to the length of the grass, how balls are bouncing on the grass, all those kind of things. So we'll probably see some short passes here that will come up a little bit short to what they're used to. A nice centering kick, and
Powers trying to cross one in, so we'll get our first corner kick of the day. And well, wouldn't you know it, Corner Kicks brought to you by Channel Seed. The enhanced Channel Seed brand is here to help farmers like you up your game and rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com. Tough angle for us as that's crossed into the box. It'll take a big hop off the turf, settled back down just inside the 18, sailing one up and over the crossbar from long range. Kennedy Hansen, the junior, leaned back a little bit maybe.
Yeah, that was Sammy Johnson, the junior, taking the set piece there from the near side here. First corner kick of the match.
We do have a goal kick now for North Scott.
And North Scott will use one of their back line players to take the goal kick.
Delivered out to midfield. Again, that turf is going to eat teams up just a little bit as they adjust to it, but Gilbert has been practicing on it as it's Hansen once again on the far side looking for an outlet. We'll play it to the middle of the field, Krukenberg. Krukenberg back to her back line, played ahead, just under the foot of Powers. And North Scott will try and answer back, but a turnover there. Out to the far side, Rhea Mueller. Mueller along the sidelines, tapped out of bounds, and we'll have our first throw-in of the game.
Yeah, Heather Kearns, a coach for Gilbert, had stated that they have quite a bit of speed and that they'd be trying to work to the outside. And we saw that a little bit there as we flip the field and come up the other side now.
Sammy Johnson here. Nice little turn, trying to create some space for herself. Pounded from behind, and she'll send it out of bounds. And pressure from North Scott not giving Johnson any room to work. Throw in here from Sailor Van Hurst. Settled and then volleyed up to Powers. Powers hounded. Plays it out wide. This is for Grand Jeanette. Grand Jeanette crossing it in, cleared away. Lovely defensive play.
Yeah, Paige Kuhn batting that one out of there and got it going down the other way.
Barnett looking to attack. She's shielded off by Johnson, and it'll be a throw-in for the Lady Lancers again. Sailor Van Horst. Looking for a noggin and a long throw. Finds a foot instead of Gilbert, but that'll settle at Powers' feet. Barnett. Flicked on the far side. Chloe Dorr tracks it down. Sticks with it. Play it to the middle of the field, just through the wickets of Moore. Turned over. Here come the Tigers. Krukenberg. Looking for an outlet ahead, turns it over once again. Both these teams solid defensively at midfield.
Yeah, not very many goals let in at all this season, so I imagine we're going to see a lot of turnovers and possession in the middle two-thirds of the field here.
You got to put a little bit more on it, too, with this longer grass. These teams used to that turf rolling out consistently. And
yep.
So that first touch has to just be a little bit stronger, a little bit more firm. Battle on the far side of the field. They'll give the advantage back to Gilbert on the foul.
And teams make adjustments very quickly. It just takes one or two passes from each person to kind of get the feel of where that ball's going to be at and how much kind of mustard you need to put on that each and every time. And they'll get this thing figured out pretty quickly.
Greta Platz, the senior for Gilbert, will set up on the free kick. Send it towards the box. Off Powers' chest, then headed forward. Here come the Lady Lancers. Through ball ahead for Reese Barnett. A little strong, and that'll just be sent out wide by Sammy Johnson. Does not get far enough out, though. And Sailor Van Horst plays it ahead again.
Ooh, nice ball, nice ball. Defense converges, but a nice ball there trying to shoot that gap.
Ball was a bit threatening, but good defensive play by that back line for Gilbert. Turned over, here's Platts. We'll play it ahead for Powers. Powers down to the corner. She's looking for Grand Jeanette. Just a little too short on that touch as Delaney Hill stepped in. You can hear some of the coaching from our sidelines, and well, Coach letting Delaney Hill, that through ball is not going to be there much. Nice move by Cameron Jones. Good patience, looking for a cross, but stepping in front of it again. Lovely defensive play out there by Kennedy Hansen. Played back. This is Lepper. Lepper looking to the sideline.
Coach Ayers from North Scott stated they're going to be playing a 3-5-2, so they're going to put a lot of pressure in that midfield. Be 3 defenders, 5 midfielders, 2 forwards. And that'll adjust as the game goes on, and people will overlap a little bit, but that's his main defense, or his main shape, if you want to call it that.
Here comes Barnett again, trying to play it back to the middle, and you can really see North Scott trying to funnel everything back to the middle on their attack. Finds the foot of Grand Jeanette. She's working into space. Ahead for Shelly O'Kee. Good pressure by that front. And we'll get our first substitutions. Today brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Mallory Deutmeyer will check in. She'll replace Chloe Dorr. So senior in for the senior. And talking with Coach Ayers, he said the seniors on this North Scott team made a point after losing 2 years ago at the state tournament that they did not want that feeling again. The culture hasn't been this solid for this team in quite some time, he said.
Yeah, so the cohesiveness of the team was something that he really keyed on, that they really made it a team this year, and so that's hopefully going to pay off some dividends here at the state tournament.
Sailor Van Horst turns it over there. We'll get a quick throw in for Gilbert. Kennedy Hansen on it. Lancers dipping into their subs early here. Collision at midfield. Turned over. It's Grand Jeanette playing it out wide once again. Gilbert looking for some space. Touch just off, and that's cleared back to the offensive half for North Scott. Played out wide. Again, touches just a little, probably a hair off for both these teams.
Yep.
Played out wide. No one really there to track it down on the run. And they'll let that settle down. Nora Barnett will scoop it up and push her team forward.
One of our first touches of the match. I mean, our big goal scorers, we really haven't called out Madison Powers yet very much. And on the other side, Reese Barnett, we mentioned their names a couple times, but really not in an offensive vein here, too. So I think both teams will be looking to get it to their star players here as soon as possible, see if they can make an impact.
Sawyer Coburg checks in for an IMT Insurance substitution. She'll substitute in for Tanner Schild. And North Scott with the ball on the throw-in far side of the field. Lovely job stepping in by Krukenberg. Gilbert just suffocating back there, and there's going to be a foul.
There's going to be a foul, yeah.
And right on cue, Reese Barnett, the sophomore, draws the contact.
So I think they hurt us, right? They need to get somebody involved. This is not real close on this set piece, but these are some of the ones that are kind of dangerous because we can go right on goal, or we could get to the outside and see if we can get somebody to get a head on this or a foot on the backside. I imagine they're going to be attacking that far post on a situation like this, but we'll see what they're going to do with it.
Barnett delivers. She does go for that back post, and stepping in wonderfully is goalkeeper there for Annika Yoder-Stolil. Another big boot and just trying to flip that field once again. Mueller in a battle over there. Delaney Hill shielding it nicely. Finds a good outlet, and here comes North Scott back the other way. Turned over, though, stepping in on it, Grand Jeanette.
Yeah, North Scott is marking Madison Powers. As soon as she touches the ball, she's got somebody on her back every time.
These teams like watching film, too. And we're going to get a pause for the water break.
Yep.
So there's 10.5, and we'll take a quick break here. We will not head to break, though. We'll just hang tight right here. It should be a quick 30 seconds. And just a 3-minute water break.
Yeah, Amir Hodzik, the extra referees, kind of barking out some instructions on how they'll be handling this.
Again, the heat does play a factor. It's muggy. It's an Iowa summer day, so to speak. And
head coach going to step out, get an explanation here from a center ref, Tom McCullough.
Just wanted to check if he can make substitutions during these water breaks or these hydration breaks, as they say.
And we're coming right into a kind of a big month for the United States with soccer, with the World Cup coming up. We got
Starts this week.
Iowa State championships here for the girls, going right into World Cup later this week, and for the next pretty much month, it's going to be pretty soccer crazy. So it's a good time to be involved in soccer in Iowa and the U.S.
Wrapped up a good boys' state tournament last week as well, and again, you said it. The FIFA World Cup brings a lot of attention. I know I was taking a gander at some of those Kansas City matches to see what ticket prices might be like, and well, let's just say my couch looks really comfortable and a little bit more affordable right now.
Absolutely, it's they're steep for sure. So,
but what a great event to have in North America. Obviously, not just in the U.S., but Canada's hosting a few sites, Mexico hosting a couple of sites as well. What do you think? I'm going to put you on the spot. Does the U.S. have a chance to get out of group?
I think they're going to get out of group. I think they're a strong showing of Germany this weekend. I think they're going to get out of group. It's going to be tough after that.
Yeah.
But I think they got an opportunity to get out of group, get either that first or second. Yeah. Either one of them could be an opportunity for them to kind of bolster that U.S. popularity. They've done it before, so I look for them to do it again. But we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. And I caught a fun graphic. I believe it's Switzerland is practicing out in the L.A. area, and they put a graphic out of their practice facility. And it's like, here's the training facility, here's this, and then there's this red out area, and it said snakes, don't go here. So maybe they just don't have snakes as frequently in Switzerland. But, again, a lot of teams having fun here in the U.S. and getting ready for those opening matches. June 11th, I believe, is Mexico win the first match of the tournament, I believe.
Yep.
So it should be a fun one.
Hopefully no snakes here at ISU Fields here as well.
A couple garter snakes out there probably.
Yeah.
Nothing to write home about.
Never seen it stop a match, though. That's a positive, right?
Exactly. All righty, well, we'll get going back into our action here and play on with the throw-in from Gilbert. Quick skip and right to the foot for North Scott's back line. They'll boot it forward. A little miscommunication on the backside. Covering nicely, and that'll be out of bounds once again. North Scott now able to apply a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, they're working it up the sideline here with a couple throw-ins.
Throw-in here finds the foot of Moore. Moore will play it to her back line, but under a little bit of duress, just has to play it forward. That'll go out to the corner. Battle for it there. Won nicely by Charlotte Lepper, but she puts it out of play. And once again, another throw-in. This to the feet of Barnett. Barnett crossing one into the box.
Nice
a foot on it. And nearly striking it was Mackenzie Muller. A beautiful cross by the sophomore in Reese Barnett. One more look at it.
Yeah, I got a one-timer here for the center attacking mid there. Little throw-in, a nice little move there to get the cross in there, and it was very close to being a shot on target there to see what happens. So nice kind of first foray into the offensive zone, into the goalkeeping section there for the North Scott Lancers.
Ball.
They come right back down again.
And that one is going to be off of a North Scott player, and it'll be a goal kick. But to that point, what a beautiful touch by Reese Barnett just to create that space off of her first touch, and then has the wherewithal to say, let's get the cross in.
Yeah, just 2 steps. I mean, she pretty much settled the ball, took 2 steps, and had it as a cross right there. That's a gutsy play there by the defensive line for the Gilbert Tigers.
Yeah, not sure that they'll want to play around with it too much near that 6-yard box, because this is a strong run up the middle here. Sammy Johnson, she'll play it to the far side. Didn't find a foot of Rhea Mueller. And now North Scott resetting their offense. Playing it ahead to the corner, out into space. This is going to be a race for it. Mallory Deutmeyer couldn't track it down as Johnson stepped in, but another throw in here for the Lady Lancers.
Yeah, the possession's kind of tilted to the way of the Lancers here in the last just 4 or 5 minutes. Pretty much since a hydration break, it's been a lot of Lancers here. So we'll see if they can keep applying this pressure and see if they can come up with something here to put on frame for the goalkeeper.
Moore looking for an outlet, does not find one. It'll be scooped up by Yoder Stalil. And that is still without a shot on frame for either of these teams, but you said it, North Scott certainly maybe the more threatening team at this point in this game thus far. That ball will stay in bounds, just dancing along the far sideline and then tapped out of play. Quick throw in by Hansen. North Scott's back line holds strong. Turned over, though, once again. And crossed back towards the box. Here comes a run off the line, and heady play by Nora Barnett. Chasing that one down and avoiding any threat as a run through by Aubrey Johnson was awaiting her.
Yeah, Nora Barnett's got to make a decision on that. She made the decision very, very quickly, which is exactly what you want to with your goalkeepers, is to be decisive when they make the decision on whether to go get that ball or let their defense take care of it. But she made the absolute right choice there and came out and took control.
Coach will always take a decisive choice, even if it's not always the right one, over being hesitant and indecision. Getting ready for a couple of IMT substitutions here in just a moment. Going to get mass substitutions as that ball is just kind of chilling at the end line. No one really wanted to go chase it down. They thought it would roll out. Again, that grass coming into play a bit, and here come the Tigers, but cleared away. Threat not yet averted. North Scott creates a turnover, ball through. Little pace off of it, and then back ahead. We're chasing it down. Mueller. It's going to venture out of bounds. We will get our substitutions now. Gran Jeanette and Kylie Marquette in for Gilbert. 2, 9, and 6. Tanner Schild, Natalie O'Flaherty, and Julia Solis for North Scott. Again, utilizing those subs is so critical in a day like today. Got to keep legs fresh because we talked about in the pregame, they score a lot, but they also don't give up a lot. In a game like this, we could easily see a 1-0 or a 0-0 game late. You need fresh legs.
Well, especially not being used to this weather either. Like you said, we've had a pretty mild spring. You know, it hasn't been super hot. This really is going to be one of the very first days where it's been competition level hot here, and you know, add in the pressure of the state tournament. There's just a lot of things that can affect the fitness for these players out there. So a lot of these coaches are going to take that into consideration as they step up and make decisions on substitutions.
You can definitely see Gilbert wants to possess the ball more off of those goal kicks, keeping things short and then utilizing some triangles there, but turned over, and here comes Barnett. Barnett into the box. Quick shot is defended wonderfully on the back line by Gilbert, and the shot never had enough muster to really get through.
Yeah, just a little step in by the last defender there before it got to the goalkeeper, and was able to just slow that ball enough that the goalkeeper easily was able to make a play on that.
Gran Jeanette on the far side. Going to work back, finds the foot of Maddie Olswing. Turned over, Olswing, though, earns it back. Crosses it far side. Finds the head of Aubrey Johnson. And Johnson will take that as it's tapped out of play by Natalie O'Flaherty.
Get a replay of that last little attack here, I think, here as it comes up.
Yeah, you get one more look at it. Just a dangerous spot to turn it over, and this is a great pass into the 6-yard box, and again, lovely defense.
Yeah, that last little defender just got enough of that ball to slow it down for the goalkeeper as they play a deep ball in here as the back line of the Tigers chasing that ball down.
Sawyer Coburg was looking for something over the top, and that both these teams said that's really not their game. The through ball over the top isn't something they run even when they're playing on turf. See it so much in the 3A game.
Yeah. The coaches are exactly right because we have not seen that. I think sometimes we've gotten a couple balls out of trouble by taking them long, but definitely not a offensive play in the repertoire that either team has been utilizing.
Ball played ahead. It's weird.
Turnover.
I'm sorry, Johnson turns it over. And this is going to be Cameron Jones. Jones finds another teammate there. Turned over, though, once again. Grand Jeanette's been all over the field tonight.
Yeah, initially she was playing over here on the right side. They flipped her over to the left side of their offense here, so sometimes you'll see that as a foul's called. I'll call it on the Tigers.
Call that on Johnson. Just a little strong with the shoulder as she leaned in.
Yeah, a little 50-50 ball, but got a little bit too much there, a little bit more than 50% apparently. But we'll definitely see those offensive players kind of flip-flop and try to figure out what that best matchup is for them. Sometimes it's, maybe a speed, control, situation on one side or the other where it gives them a little bit of an advantage. So they're trying both sides here. Send that ball to the middle.
Grand Jeanette does play it there, and now this is the foot of Krukenberg. Krukenberg over the top, and I think she was looking for an Aubrey Johnson run. That's shielded in a great way by Allie Moeller, and the Gilbert bench looking for some obstruction there. Instead, the call is on Gilbert, I think, for a small push by Johnson. But that's shielded nicely by Allie Moeller, the senior defender.
Yeah, working together with her goalkeeper, giving her an opportunity to get to that ball because I think it became a lot more dangerous than what they thought it was initially.
Towing that 18-yard box line, too. Don't want to make a mistake there. That is a mistake on the free kick on the back line, and now Gilbert will try and play with some pace. Throw-in coming from Sammy Johnson. Johnson looking down the line. No one really there, trying to find some space on it, but instead that's chipped ahead. Battle for it, won by Coburg. Outlet ahead, won by Moore. And then played ahead here, looking for Barnett. Barnett with some speed. Yeah. Defended nicely by Keaton Hansen. And then that ball up and through, coming back the other way. Here's Powers trying to track it down. Another 50-50 battle. Powers wins it. Plays it with the left. Swinging it in, going for the crossbar. Oh. It's off the crossbar. Madeline Olswing. What a strike by Olswing. Nearly snuck it in. Great effort by Powers to win it. We get a sub. We're going to get a hydration break once again, but another look at it right here. Powers wins it. Touches with the left. It's a wonderful strike.
Wow. Yeah, Powers just drew all the defense kind of to her. She said it. She acknowledged that saw the double team on her and looked for the open player and put it right on her foot. Great shot.
Olswing nearly had our first strike of the night. Best shot we've seen. But again, North Scott gets away scathe-free. We will get a couple substitutions here for Gilbert again. Once again, brought to you by IMT Insurance. What's your feeling so far in the first 20?
Well, I mean, I think Gilbert came out and kind of controlled that first 5 minutes. North Scott, I think, after that first hydration break, a lot of the pressure was down on their side of the field, but just in the last few minutes, we've seen pushes by both of our kind of our star players, Reese Barnett and Madison Powers on both sides getting into the match. And I think that both coaches are going to want to get it to their best players and let them see what they can make happen. I think we almost saw a breakaway by Powers there right before the counterattack by the Gilbert Tigers, and it's going to be a fun match here as we keep going here, but it is getting a little hot here. I can definitely feel we're in the shade. We're in the shade, but these girls are definitely feeling the heat here.
I will say that it is still. There is no wind.
No.
It's a rarity in Iowa, but there's very little breeze out there to give you any relief, and we're under a tent, fortunately. I feel for some of these fans over in those metal bleachers just soaking up the rays. It's a good day for the mister.
Yeah, by looking at the flags and the trees in the background here, we've definitely got some good examples of being able to see the flags on the corners. Yeah, you're exactly right, John. There is no air moving here at all.
Again, a rarity in Iowa. We're used to 15 to 20 mile an hour gale winds at times. And just trying to figure out a quick substitution here for North Scott. handful of them.
Am I going there for you?
Both coaches urging their teams to find a little bit of pace here in the 20th minute of our match. Again, both team structures, their back lines don't give up a lot in the middle.
No, and I think we've seen that too. I mean, we just had a couple small little opportunities for a breakaway, but it's been snuffed out almost every time, almost immediately by that back line.
Get a throw in here for Gilbert to start us off. Again, not a very long break, just a few minutes for that hydration every 10 minutes. And then we will have halftime, 40-minute halves.
Be another throw-in for the Tigers, but much more central part of the field this time instead of down there in their offensive zone.
This ball played in. It's going to be Powers looking for some room to work, but three collapsing Lancers on her create the turnover. Far side, Barnett plays it back, looking for something now up over the top down that line. Doesn't get it. Played to the middle. Moore up ahead now. That ball just didn't quite have the touch to get out wide to Powers. And it's booted out of play. North Scott now with an opportunity to create some offensive momentum back their way. Paige Kuhn on the throw-in. Headers won by Gilbert. Little ping-pong around off a couple shins and head back Gilbert's way.
Yeah, Kuhn, one of those multi-sport players for North Scott Lancers that were part of the volleyball team, which I think was a state championship team this year as well. So they've been in situations like this on other sports, so it's always a good experience to have moving forward.
Ball played up and through, but no one there for Krukenberg. Barnett skies it on the punt. We'll take a quick flick forward now. It's Gilbert on the counter. Grand Jeanette has two coming to her, but finds an outlet. Powers loses it. Great defense there. Delaney Hill, but sent back into the box. This one threatening, will be headed away. And that will be a corner for Gilbert. Corner's brought to you by Channel Seed.
Yeah, goalie probably would have preferred her to let that ball just sail out the back of the pitch there and not give up the corner, but here we are.
Sammy Johnson going to take this corner. She'll drive one into the box. It takes a skip through. Header, diving save. No follow-up. What a beautiful save by Nora Barnett.
Yeah, Barnett makes the initial save. Very nice. And then the ball kind of got away from her as we see the replay here. Ball put into play. Far side kind of bounces around. Then a nice header. But Barnett's able to jump back up and get that controlled before anybody else got there. But there was a Tiger that was just waiting to pounce on that ball to put it into the back of the net and just wasn't able to get there before the goalkeeper got it controlled.
Rhea Mueller with that header. Not the tallest on the pitch, but found it on her noggin there. Nearly drove it home. And we stay 0-0. Played ahead. This one will bound around a bit. Back to the middle of the field. Ball refusing to settle. North Scott will corral it. Now they'll try and work it outside. This is Mackenzie Moeller. Moeller with it in the corner. Shifty move, looks for a cross. Stutter step, crosses in with the right. Has a follow-up, it's off the crossbar, and nearly a goal for North Scott. What a strike by Delaney Hill.
Mackenzie Moeller just willed that one into the center there and almost got the assist for a nice goal there for the Lancers. As we get a whistle.
We're going to get a stoppage here. I think they're just going to check on her, make sure it wasn't a head injury. They're really quick to do stoppages for when they think there could be a head spot there, but see if we can get one more look at that one off the crossbar possibly. We'll give it a moment here, but Again, both these teams now starting to open things up. Here's one more look at it. This is just a great job staying with it by Moeller. She crosses it in. It's just off one hop and nearly driven home by Delaney Hill, the sophomore.
Good talk, Nora.
North Scott.
Let's go, Nat, higher.
Nora Barnett scoops it up, and she's going to let her team reposition.
It's amazing how it could go off of a round bar on top and just go straight down. So in soccer, the whole ball has to go over the line to be a goal scored. So it obviously did not do that. They've got the AR on the far side that's looking for that, as well as the center referees. We got substitutions coming in.
Brought to you by IMT Insurance. Again, back 2 crossbars hit, 1 on each end.
And here we are, 0-0.
Been entertaining, to say the least. North Scott with it. They'll play it up ahead. Here's Moeller again. Just a moment ago, had a beautiful cross. She uses some speed. She's going to stay strong on it. They're going to call a foul. This will be just outside the 18. And another opportunity for North Scott to possibly strike. One more look at the tackle here. Moeller's so strong on it, the senior. She does draw the foul there from Keaton Hansen. Not a lot Hansen could do there.
Just trying to get a foot on the ball there. Wasn't able to get enough control there. Going to have a 3-person wall here from the Tigers.
Barnett going to deliver. She asked for her 10 from the 3-person wall. Barnett drives it. Takes off of a header and not much more going off of it, but North Scott still has possession. Taken away. Strong play by Hansen. Hansen plays it ahead. A little too strong there for Powers. North Scott controlling a lot of the possession here over the last, I'd say, 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're about as back and forth as we can get. I mean, it's been pretty 5 minutes one side, 5 minutes another side, and then a lot of play in between there. But we've had great chances for both teams to get a goal on the board, but just have not been able to find the back of the net so far.
Very much what you'd expect from a 4-5 matchup.
Yep. And 2 teams that have been tested. You know, they've 1 loss for the Lancers, 0 losses for Gilbert.
Handful of ties between these 2 teams as well.
The single loss for North Scott is to Bettendorf, a 3A team too, so kind of to be expected, but it was just a 1-2 loss for them as well. And that was the second game of the season too, so.
They play a lot of 3A squads. I know they don't shy away from playing up in class size. Both these teams in that manner. Of course, winner of this one gets the winner of Norwalk and Lewis Central. Here comes a run, Grand Jeanette. Grand Jeanette has a go. Played to the back line once again. Settled nicely. Sammy Johnson. Nice move. We'll play it ahead. Looking for Powers. Powers steps in, has some space. Goes for the cross, but great defensive prowess by North Scott's back line there. The red numbers on the gray jerseys are a little tough at times.
Yeah, they're easy close, but when you get any farther away than right in front of us here, they're hard to read a little bit with that gray and red.
I believe that was Remy Blocker stepping in. Johnson fans at it. Recovered nicely, though, by Keaton Hansen, captain for Gilbert. Powers wins it, plays it out to Grand Jeanette. Grand Jeanette has some room at the corner. Tries to cross. It's deflected. We'll get another Channel Seed corner. And Gilbert with their 3rd corner of this game.
Yeah, Sammy Johnson jogging over there to get prepared to take it. I think have all been from this side, too, so we'll see if Sammy Johnson is starting to dial in those corner kicks here. She's taken several from this same spot.
She'll drive it in again, low, hard. Gets through, finds the foot of Greta Platts. Platts plays it back, and then a go at it. Back into the box, headed away, cleared away. Strong kick by Schild. North Scott trying to counter now. That touch just a little too strong. North Scott will reset into their defensive stature. Julia Solis on that far side, just a little strong, and we'll do another water hydration break. Are we able to step away for a quick commercial break, Randy? Putting him on the spot, sorry. Our director, Randy's been great to us so far tonight. Let's take a quick break here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours.
Fuel choice that's cheaper, homegrown, and better for the planet? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Welcome back here with you live on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy, as we get ready to finish up the first half here, and we do have a score update from the 1-8 matchup right behind us.
Yeah, Norwalk is number 1 seed here against Lewis Central, number 8 seed. Norwalk just went to half at 4-0 in favor of Norwalk. So I knew that there had been a couple goals on their side, but I didn't know it was 4. So they've got a nice lead going into half for them.
Norwalk, the 1 seed, certainly looking to break the trend of Dallas Center Grimes championships that have all but owned Class 2A the last 4 seasons.
Yeah, we'll have that game next here. That number 3, Dallas Center Grimes against Bishop Heelan.
And we're back into play here in the 5-4 matchup. North Scott, 4 seed, taking on 5 seed Gilbert. 0-0. Just over 10 minutes to play. A couple of scoring opportunities in the last 10 minutes, and there's going to be a quick foul. That one awarded against Paige Kuhn. Just a bad step there, but a couple crossbars rang, and we're that close to being a 1-1 soccer game.
Yeah, it's going to be probably something pretty small that's going to break it open for either one of these teams, and it could be either one of them too, because they both had chances, they both had opportunities. Just looking for something small that's going to happen that's going to break this one open and get a ball into the back of the net.
Reese Barnett, good patience, sends it out wide, and it'll find its way back inside. Muller to Barnett. Barnett has to go with the right. Leaned back just a bit, got some air under it, and that's well off frame.
Yeah, you see her reaction to that shot. She pushed down several times, saying, I just need to get down on top of that ball, keep that ball down, to get it onto frame.
It's when they lean back, I think players lean back a little bit.
Got a nice steal here.
Again, those goal kicks have been kind of treacherous for Gilbert, and you can see North Scott scouted that a bit.
Well, and they're just sharking those little short passes, and it almost paid off for them. So they'll look to be a little bit more decisive on those passes like we talked about earlier in the broadcast to see if they can get it down the field a little bit to get some pressure off the goalkeeper.
Get a goal kick here once again, and I think North Scott will keep applying pressure with that front two of Moeller and Barnett. Barnett with it. She'll knock it down, has some space, creates a little bit of room, cross in.
Handball,
and they're going to call a handball. We'll get a PK off of it.
Yeah, just a cross there created by that.
It was Barnett again.
Yeah, it was Barnett.
One more look at it. She knocks that down, takes it into the 18 with a great touch, crosses it in. I didn't see the number on who grabbed the handball.
Yeah.
I think it's Hansen with it, and stepping in to take it, who else but Reese Barnett. Barnett against Yoder Stalil. Waits for the whistle.
So goalie in situations like this is just trying to make a decision. If she could watch any film of any shots that Barnett's taken.
Barnett steps, drives, delivers, far side, no chance. 1-0 North Scott off the Reese Barnett PK.
Like I said, something small. You know, a handball there in the box was what broke this game open. As we'll get a replay here. Goalkeeper had moved to the right, and she went to the left and put it into the back of the net. 1-0 lead.
All a guessing game for the keeper, and like you said, sometimes there's some game film. In today's era, there might be a little bit more than there used to be, but it is truly a guessing game. And the handball in the box spells a goal for North Scott. Played out wide. That's going to be too strong. 8:20 to play here in the first half. Again, a toasty afternoon. That sun's come out. Clouds have cleared. And this ball just kind of living at midfield right now. A little too strong for the touch out.
Yeah, if you're the coach for the Gilbert Tigers here, you're just looking for this last 8 minutes here to look to see if you can get some momentum, hopefully get that equalizer here, but really get your gals working towards that goal on their side to even things up.
Strong battle. Cameron Jones shielding that nicely, earns a free kick of her own. And right now, North Scott, you can tell, has a little bit more pep in that step as we approach 7 minutes here in the first 40. Ball driven toward the 18. Doesn't catch a head till off the hop, and Barnett comes away with it once again, working into space, has a go with the right. And that one will be scooped up by Stalil. She boots it away, but right to Barnett again. Barnett going to keep possession, find some space out to the left. She's looking for Sailor Van Horst. Great side tackle by Sammy Johnson. She wins it and will boot it out. And now it'll be a throw in, and the Gilbert sideline urging their team to find a little bit of life here.
Yeah. Yeah, we're seeing Barnett take a little bit more possession, and
Mackenzie Moeller subs out, as does Sailor Van Horst. IMT substitution there, and the throw-in does not find a foot of a North Scott, and here comes the counter now. Great backline hold, but does not avert crisis yet. Sticking with it, Delaney Hill plays it ahead. Back across, but a little bit of no man's land there. And they're going to award a foul against Lila Krukenberg. Thought she won that fairly clean.
Yeah. Free kick here for the Lancers.
It's going to be delivered by Allie Moeller.
So the coaching staff calling out the play that they want called, so it switches up the attacker.
Paige Kuhn instead going to drive it into the 18. They're looking far side on it. She's going to drive it hard and looking for a lofty ball. Oh. It's through the wickets and then tapped in. What a finish. The mental error, and North Scott strikes again.
Yeah, strongly kicked ball there. Put it on the goalie's hands and just slipped through the back of the hands as we see the replay here. It was a well-struck ball, though. Just taps there, and we get somebody's right there ready to go and put it in the back of the net. Trying to look for a number there.
It was Cameron Jones on the goal.
Jones.
The sophomore midfielder right there on the spot, and suddenly it's a 2-0 game with 5:20 to play in this first half. North Scott now hounding Sammy Johnson, and just a little bit of a mental error by Annika Yoder-Stalil, and Cameron Jones was waiting for it. It's a tough one. Sometimes those get a little bit of backspin and just slide through those mitts. Sun can occasionally get in the eyes as well, especially on that angle. Well, we'll get another, looks like, is it a corner? It's going to be a throw in here. We got to look through a couple benches to get over there, but it's just going to be a long throw in, headed for the box. North Scott clears it away to the feet of Sawyer Coburg. Back and forth they go. Nice little give and go with her and Barnett. She was looking to go back to Barnett. Instead, another turnover. Mallory Deutmeyer to Barnett. Barnett looking for a run through the middle. Doesn't quite have anybody there. That's lofted high and playing it off the hop here. Aubrey Johnson.
Barnett's really patient on the ball right now. She's directing traffic, telling people where to go while she's got a defender breathing down her neck. So pretty confident right now for the Lancers.
Just a sophomore, but a leader on this team. Was not part of that North Scott team that made it to state 2 years ago where they lost and really created the motivation for this senior class. Turned over. Here's Powers. She's hounded once again. Can't come away with it. Great defense there, Natalie Flaherty.
Let's get over.
Flicked on. Plenty of time. Some miscommunication there. I think that'll be a message at half from the Gilbert Tigers. We got to talk a little bit more. We got to be a little bit more confident in how we're delivering ourselves.
Yep.
Couple more.
Finding the marks. Yep, finding the mark on who to mark up, and then on those free balls, you got to really communicate to get to know who's going to be taking each of those balls, so we don't have a kind of just a loose ball out there. And that's happened a couple times for the Tigers.
That one will take a hop. I think it might have cleared the fence on the far side.
Yeah, I think it might have as well.
Fortunately, we got quite a few balls around the turf. We will get a stoppage to find a new one, and off we go. Got a couple.
Yeah, we got multiple soccer balls on the field now.
I think we should just play with 2 soccer balls. You have to account for both at all times.
Could make things much more interesting.
I'm sure it's been done in a drill or two that these girls have played with. Ball played ahead. Rhea Mueller played it up for Powers. Powers shields. Nice little turn. Flicks with the left. Finds a foot back to Powers. Powers with some space. Creating more herself, just a little strong on that first touch. Grand Jeanette tries to track it down, but Delaney Hill there to play it up the line.
Yeah, Tiger coaches, that's kind of what they needed right there was some possession and get some confidence back in their offense as they worked it up the field. Did have a turnover here, but they're still keeping it on their offensive side of the field.
Great step in by Krukenberg and one back by Gilbert. Gilbert playing it up over the top. Nora Barnett comes off of her line. Decisive play. And she's going to take her time as we're now under 2 minutes in the first half. What a difference a little bit of shade makes. Ball played forward. Nothing doing there for Gilbert, but they'll retain possession. If you're North Scott, you can't really sit back against a team like Gilbert because they do have weapons that'll move you forward.
Absolutely. So you want to keep this pressure on. I mean, they've kind of done that already here in the first half. They weren't fine with just that first goal. They went and got that second one. So they'll need that same kind of pressure here in the second half to keep that lead and try to hold these Tigers at bay.
Rhea Mueller wins that off to Powers. Powers being hounded towards the corner. She's just going to try and create a corner. Instead, it's turned over. Played down the line. Sammy Johnson steps in on it. It's going to go back North Scott's way. She had to fend off Sawyer Coburg and just decided, let's clear it out of harm's way. North Scott content with eating some clock, under a minute now to play in the first 40 minutes. Nice step in by Johnson, but again, an even better step in by Krukenberg. Played it up over the top, looking for some room into the corner. Here's Rhea Mueller once again, bounces up over her head. We've got 15 seconds to play in half number one. 2-0 North Scott. Lancers up on the Tigers in the 5-4 matchup. Big throw in, trying to find something, 2 and 1. And there is the final horn for the half. And we sit 2-0. North Scott strikes in the final 10 minutes off a Reese Barnett PK. Cameron Jones then with a quick flick as the ball bound through the wickets of Annika Yoder-Stalil. And that is how we sit right now in the 5-4 matchup of the Class 2A. Some quick thoughts here after the break here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours.
Hey, Frank. Oh, it looks like you spilled some grease.
Grills are multiplying and you need flavor that's bold.
There's nothing left for you to do
but to go to Fairway, your dream for Midwest meat. It's the one you need.
Yeah! Fairway, it's the one you need.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/wecare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Life's buzzing with energy, from the delightfully routine, to the novel and exciting, to the truly uncharted. With all that life brings, it's easy to lose track of what powers all those moments, our health. At Mercy One, our caring doctors focus on just that, powering health, from the everyday to the extraordinary. So you're ready for what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
We hope you're enjoying all the great competition you're seeing here today. At the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, we're grateful for the incredible support that makes this event possible. None more vital or valued than the proud title sponsor, Iowa Farm Bureau. With me here today is Brent Johnson, president of the Iowa Farm Bureau, to explain why their organization invests in and supports the Girls Union.
Thanks, Erin. The Iowa Farm Bureau has been the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union for more than 2 decades now. The athletes competing here today represent the very best of our nation's student athletes. driven, dedicated, and committed to teamwork. At the Iowa Farm Bureau, we share those same values. Our farmers lead the nation not only in the production of corn, hogs, eggs, and ethanol, but also in the implementation of a number of innovative soil and water conservation practices which hold soil in place and reduce runoff. These shared values unite Iowa's student athletes and farm families, and our partnership with the Girls Union gives us the perfect opportunity to celebrate that commitment to excellence statewide.
Thank you, Brent. We appreciate the Iowa Farm Bureau's ongoing support and the role you play in helping Iowa's girls shine.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours.
Whether you volunteer or hang with friends, play pickleball, read or follow trends. No matter what your retirement style, you deserve healthy eyes and a healthy smile. Some Medicare plans don't cover vision or dental. With Delta Dental, you can save on what's essential. Get coverage and take care of your health. It's peace of mind, so treat yourself. It's more affordable than you might think. Give us a call or visit this link.
Excuse me, man. You dropped this.
Oh.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Continues to heat up here at Lead Rec Fields on the campus of Iowa State University in Ames, Iowa for girls Class 2A quarterfinal action. Gilbert Tigers, North Scott Lady Lancers getting ready for half number 2. John Schaefer, Austin Oliver. And Austin, a couple of goals there in the final 10 minutes for North Scott. Created some separation.
Yeah, Reese Barnett had the PK off of just an inadvertent handball in the box there from Gilbert. Led to that first score. And then a set piece, strongly struck. I'm trying to remember who it was. Paige Kuhn, I think, that struck that ball. Went off the goalkeeper's hands. And then Cameron Jones was just waiting in the area there as it hit the ground. And she just immediately put it into the back of the net. So Lancers are feeling really good about themselves. Heard a little bit of the halftime talk from the Gilbert Tigers there as both coaches got after their team a little bit to kind of implore them to get going here in the second half, but we'll see what's going to happen here.
Yeah, upping the intensity, and you got to create some opportunities as well. I think there's only really been one threat this game for Gilbert. That was a crossbar that got rung. Otherwise, North Scott's really controlled a lot of it tonight. Should say today. Sorry, not quite nighttime, although I'd take some sunlight being down. I know the referees would too. But no, nonetheless, still have a minute left in the halftime. I think both these teams are just ready to get it rolling. They don't want to be out here in this heat any longer than they have to be necessarily. Granted, I think Gilbert would take 2 and some extra time if they needed it.
Yeah, definitely got a good setup here with the tents. They got a ton of space here. The state has great water stations set up here as well. So they're very, very well prepared here to keep everybody hydrated and cool as possible here.
Sounds like they'll have the misting fans out tomorrow for the tents. So those will be much needed as we stay in a heat advisory through 9 p.m. tomorrow. But again, no less, both teams have to play through it. It's been a good one thus far. Again, opened up in the 8:36 mark. Left to play, it was Reese Barnett with the PK. And then it was Cameron Jones with the quick flick on the ball through the hands of Yoder Stalil. And so that's where we sit. I'll be curious to see if Gilbert tries to play anything more to the middle. They haven't had a ton of success getting out wide and playing crosses into the box from there.
Yeah, I know that they're going to try to get as many balls as they can get to Madison Powers to get her back into being a big part of this game, and we'll see what they can do.
Ready to roll, and there's our kickoff whistle, and here we go, final 40 of this 2A quarterfinal matchup, the 4-5. Winner will likely get Norwalk, who at last check was up 4-0 on Lewis Central. That ball sent ahead. Quick header from Mackenzie Muller. And right now I think North Scott will be content kind of living at midfield for now until Gilbert gives them a reason to really feel threatened there.
Yeah, I think that defense will definitely be staying back. If they have an opportunity to decide between defense and offense, it should relegate the defense almost every time here. But as their coach is probably saying, adding a third goal wouldn't be a bad habit here to have to take into as they take the ball down the field.
Sawyer Coburg won that one and then played it to the corner. Was looking for Chloe Dorr. Dorr does come away with a win, but she fouled to get it. It'll go back the other way for Gilbert. Tigers will get the free kick here deep at their own end. Stepping in from that back line, Paige Kuhn, who had the assist on that second goal. Gilbert's possession here. Or Scott's possession here. Kuhn will go for the throw-in. Kuhn looks down the line. Take a couple of hop skips and a jump, and Gilbert comes away with it at midfield. Pass wasn't there for Kylie Marquette. Now here come the Lancers once again. Ball played to the corner. This one looking for Dorr. Dorr with space. Plays it back. Turned over. A nice step in there. Maddie Hermsen plays it ahead. She's looking for Kylie Marquette. Marquette going to put a little bit of pressure here as Nora Barnett has to be careful with this. Nearly stabbed at by Marquette. Settled nicely. Kruckenberg played through and cleared away once again. Off the hop, a header from Charlotte Lepper. And now here comes Reese Barnett. Barnett with speed. Splits a couple defenders. Tries to stick with it. And that'll drift out of bounds. We will get a Channel Seed corner kick once again.
I did notice that Madison Powers is on the bench for the start of the second half. Could be a tactical, kind of maybe a push there to maybe have her come in as that second wave, as maybe some of those defenders maybe wear down a little bit as we start the second half and have a horse come in with a fresh outlook there. We'll see what happens with that.
Waiting on the corner. Delivered. It's a little short, goes off the foot of Barnett. And that will be a goal kick.
Yeah, it's Chloe Dorr with the set piece there to get that into play.
Dorr playing with the cast on her left hand.
It looks like maybe a broken pinky finger. Is that what it looks like
That
to
would
you?
sound
Maybe?
that would sound like a lot of fun. I'm sure.
I'm sure. Guess it could be worse sports to be able to play with a broken finger. So.
Yeah. But no less hasn't slowed her down today. She's been sharp. And once again, North Scott kind of hemming Gilbert in. It's another throw in. Trying to earn it. Barnett again gets a foot on it on the clear attempt. Dorr with it, plays it back. Having a go ahead. Settled. Barnett once again looking for some space, goes to Dorr in the corner. Dorr crossing back in off the first touch. Headed back into the box. That'll settle and just get scooped up by Yoder Stalil. And that'll be punted away.
So the goalkeeper able to pick up that ball off of a deflection. If it's a guided pass back to the goalkeeper, they cannot pick it up. But with deflections or headers, the goalkeeper has the option to be able to pick that ball up or play it off of the field.
That takes a flick off of Dorr's back, and that's going to go back to Gilbert's way. As Brindley Fitzgibbon will try to wait her moment to check in for the Lancers. Long throw to midfield. This will find the foot of Platts. Platts plays it up the middle. No one there. And now North Scott will keep that possession. Barnett sails one. That'll settle before it gets out of bounds, though, and Lancers threatening once again.
Good, Kens.
I think there's an offsides flag up. And that will get us our substitutions.
Offsides? Goal kick.
Goal kick, got it. So it drifted just a little bit out of bounds as Fitzgibbon checks in, as does Madeline Olswing. So here's the goal kick. Just keeping it short and to the corner. Again, this has kind of been a detriment to Gilbert. They just haven't been able to get the ball moved forward off of those goal kicks like some teams can.
Yeah, it's a lot of teams will implore that and that strategy of kicking it as hard as they can, as far as they can. Usually, can get it up to about midfield. It definitely flips the field there, gives them an opportunity to get it down there. Those short balls, if they take those, it gets stolen. It can be not a good situation.
Lovely defense there on the back line once again for Gilbert. Stifles Barnett, but North Scott keeping that possession. Lancer's going to play it to the corner. Fitzgibbon just checked in, called upon early, keeps possession. She's trying to find an outlet, finds Dorr. Dorr tries to cross it back. They're going to want to tip, and they're going to say goal kick instead.
I tell you what, Kuhn on the back line for the Lancers has just been all over the place.
Yeah.
If there's a threat at all, it seems like she's the very first one to be able to deal with it and knock that ball down and get it going the other direction.
Another goal kick. This one is driven long. Battle of the deuces there. Mueller does not win it. Instead, Schild does. Here comes North Scott once again. Fitzgibbon to the corner. Crossing it in. Just missed her mark with Mackenzie Mueller. That ball cleared ahead, but headed right back in. And here's Barnett with some space to work. Tries to go to her right. Looks for a shot. Never really gets it off. And it's going to take a high sky fly. Settled down once again. It's Kuhn. Kuhn into the box. Says why not? Nearly picks a corner. It's a strong boot from Kuhn as Natalie O'Flaherty checks in. She'll substitute out Chloe Dorr.
We're going to see a replay of Kuhn settling that ball down and taking a shot from distance.
She's got the leg to do it. Nearly
does.
picks a corner. Those are tough for any keeper, any level. Nice little fake, great play up to the line. This is Mueller, Rhea Mueller. Trying to battle through Kuhn. Kuhn, though, stifles that. Going to play it back down the line with the big boot off the right. Fitzgibbon going to take chase, settled though by Lepper. Lepper hounded by Fitzgibbon, and it'll be a throw-in for the Tigers. No shortage of substitutions today. Just about 10 minutes in, we should get a hydration break. About a minute 30 or so, somewhere around there. That one will skip out of bounds again, another throw in. North Scott also happy to eat some time as a couple more subs. Julia Solis comes in, as does Mallory Dutmeyer.
Yeah, not only a tactic to kind of keep fresh players on the field, but it doesn't hurt that it takes up a couple 15, 30 seconds to get a substitution in there and whittle some of that clock like you were talking about, John.
Gilbert wins that battle. And now you see some of that, a little bit more of urgency in their step. It's a good look there. Hansen plays it ahead. Over to Mueller. Mueller playing across, trying to flip the field to Grand Jeanette. That played up over the top, and that's going to just be a little too strong. Nora Barnett will scoop it up and quiet everything down. She's looking for a long throw, and instead Hansen steps in on it. Counter coming. That first touch just a little too strong, though.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity there for the Tigers to get something going there, but just couldn't control enough of the possession there to be able to move it forward and get something going.
Far side now, Sammy Johnson tries to cut back in, turns over. They're going to go back and forth. That'll get out of bounds. Well, you will get the hydration break here at 29:47. Need to stop the clock. About 18 seconds ran off there, but we'll stick here as we have 29:41 to go. 2-0. North Scott leads Gilbert. And I still feel like North Scott's kind of kept things on their toes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the back line of the Lancers isn't even letting the Tigers even get any confidence at all to be able to move that ball forward. But pressure on their offensive side, too. It's been all Lancers here so far in the second half of that first 10 minutes.
Is there anything you can do if you're Gilbert? I mean, you don't want to change structure necessarily to get desperate if you haven't really practiced it. But
well, I mean, you have to start sending people forward and taking away some of that defense and trying to make something happen. I know that both coaches talked about not wanting to send those balls over the top, but you're going to have to try to get something going.
Yeah.
Get the ball into some open space and hopefully get Powers the opportunity to be able to chase something down and make something happen.
Feels like this left side's been shut down by Kuhn. Got to give Paige Kuhn, the senior defender for North Scott, a lot of credit. She hasn't given anybody room to work with to create opportunities on this left side.
Yeah, just a dominating force there on the back line. I just saw her match up with that last little 50-50 ball that she had down here. She had probably a foot of height on the gal that she was playing defense on and was just able to just position her body in a way to get that ball and get it taken care of and get it going back down the other end of the field.
Both teams talking strategy. I will say the hydration breaks probably favor Gilbert a little bit here in being able to recollect, evaluate what you've seen the last 10 minutes, and then adjust without having to necessarily call it out in game.
Yeah, absolutely. It gives just tactically gives another opportunity for them to be able to get and talk some things over and make some small adjustments to see if they can get things going back in the right direction for themselves.
Again, 29:46. Thank you for being here with us on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Certainly been a fun start to day one of the Girls State Soccer Tournament. We've got more action coming your way tonight, and don't go anywhere after this one because we'll have Dallas Center Grimes and Bishop Heelan right back here after that in the 3-6. Waverly Shell Rock and North Polk, the other team, or two teams on this side of that side of the bracket in Class 2A, but this 2A bracket just absolutely loaded with perennial powers between DCG, Waverly, Shell Rock. But I also appreciate we're getting a good look at Gilbert for the first time in a while at this tournament. Same with North Scott in a couple of years, things like that. Make it a little bit more fun.
Yeah, I think Norwalk just added another goal to their tally there, so I think it's 5-0 over there, as they're probably about halfway through the second half on that game over there. They're about 10 minutes ahead of us.
And once again, Madison Powers, the star for Gilbert, not on the field right now. She's being evaluated and chatting with coaches over on the far side of the tent. I can see right now they're just having a conversation with her. Got to wonder if she's not 100% because I can't think of any other reason to hold her out right now.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, tactically could be, waiting for, get her in there and be able to come in with just a full head of steam. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how things play out here.
Gilbert with some offensive time here. Again, coming off her line, Nora Barnett. She'll high point that. No threat. And again, this game stays a 2-goal game.
Nice punt there by Barnett.
Barnett, just a junior keeper. Here comes the other Barnett and Reese. Reese has a go, and that one just stayed down, and I think she maybe rushed that one a little bit in her book. I don't think she realized just how much space she had ahead of her to maybe take another step or two before letting that one fire. Off the belly, then that one will sail. And scooped up, but nice pressure by Natalie O'Flaherty. Now here comes Gilbert back the other way, looking for someone up ahead. Trying to track it down, and does Aubrey Johnson. Johnson cuts it back in, has a go, but just going to be wide of frame. Again, Gilbert hasn't had anything really on frame in this half in the first 12 minutes.
Yeah, Coach probably wanted that to be more of a centering pass than a shot from that point. She had two streakers coming in from that far post. It would have probably been an opportunity to put something in there and get a shot on goal.
Madison Powers looks to be checking in here shortly. As the goal kick is sent ahead. Settled now at the feet, Shelly O'Kee. Now playing it out wide, Kennedy Hansen. Hansen going to look to the corner, tries to go with the left. It's batted down. Natalie O'Flaherty again. She plays it up the line, and then Hansen steps in on it. The throw. And man, Reese Barnett has the highest standards for herself. You can hear her reaction just with a bit of a harmless first touch there that just sailed on her a bit, and she's unhappy with herself.
Yep, it's what great players are always going to be doing there. As Madison Power does come back into the game, Paige Kuhn back into the game as well.
Mackenzie Moeller too for the forwards. Long throw, flicked on by Powers, then cleared ahead. Gilbert now with the ball. They're going to play it out wide once again for Johnson. Johnson has some space. Aubrey Johnson just looking for somewhere to go, but North Scott not giving these outside players any room to work.
Yeah, defending on that far side just was patient, knew that a move was coming and was able to just cut the move off and get that ball and send it out of bounds back up the offensive zone for the Tigers. Have to long throw in now.
And then cleared away once again. Here comes another long throw in. It's Sammy Johnson who's got the cannon. Has a go. Power's going to try and track it down, but that's a little too long, and it'll be a goal kick. We'll get another substitution. Cameron Jones, the second goal scorer in this one, checks back in. Again for an IMT Insurance substitution.
And you were right. That was Moeller coming in, not Kuhn. I miscalled that one.
I don't know that Kuhn's left the field
today,
to be honest.
I don't think she has either.
She's been steadfast on that back line. Off a couple noggins. And why not one more for good measure, and then coming back the other way. Nice move on the far side by Sammy Johnson. But that pass goes to no one. Off of a face, and now here comes Jones once again out into space. Great stab at it, and back the other way comes Hansen. Hansen works to the middle, looks out wide, up over the top, going to Aubrey Johnson. Johnson going to look for a cross, has a go, strong, but again sails wide, needs to wrap that leg around it a little bit more. Caught the top of the foot and more drove it. But right now, Gilbert trying to lean it that way.
They are. Just a nice play from the midfield out into some open space. Got them an opportunity to be able to get a ball coming back across. But, just weren't able to get it into the right spot as they get a steal at the top of the key here for them.
Here's Powers. Powers plays it back to the corner for Johnson. Johnson now with some space, going to just try and chip one up into the box. Was looking for Oki, but Oki couldn't get to it. Gilbert, though, had possession momentarily. Backline will keep it. Now they'll try and play this possession game once again. Flip Fields. Nope, instead it goes right to Reese Barnett. Barnett with space. Has some options. She's going to use her speed, and then a quick flick over to Muller. Muller has some room to work, steps in, keeps it on her foot, goes with the left. She'll find the twine. Mackenzie Muller.
Great play by Muller. Muller was patient, settled that ball down to her right foot, switched over to the left, took one step, shot to the upper left-hand corner, and it was good to go.
What a strike by Mackenzie Muller, and how it flipped in the blink of an eye. It felt like Gilbert had all the momentum building offensively, but a great counter back the other way as we get one more look, or had one more look at it there.
Yeah, great replay. It was fun seeing the North Scott Lancers substitutions right in front of us, seeing that play kind of develop. We had a great angle on seeing that ball go in as they went crazy for their teammate getting the third goal of the game.
Nothing Yoder Stalil could do about that one, and again, it was just a battle of kind of wits there. Mackenzie Muller stuck with it, showed her strength, and now Gilbert has to go into pressing mode. Going for the heel pass from Barnett. She was asking Muller to go and didn't quite get all of it on it. And now North Scott trying to keep that pedal down. They don't want to let up anything defensively. That ball will skip out of bounds.
Just hard to see with the way that this North Scott defense has been playing to give up three goals here in the last 25 minutes.
I think we're going to get to 23:20. The clock will reset. There it is, and we are good to go. And there we go.
I think the referee said that they stopped it during the goal, so I think that's what he said.
Yep, they stopped it at the goal and then never really got it restarted, and that happens. Again, appreciate all of our volunteers out here. Here comes Gilbert now. Far side of the field, it's Aubrey Johnson again. She'll play it back to her back line. Sammy Johnson going up over the top. She's trying to find Powers, and there is some of that over the top. Powers is going to try and track it down. A big collision as Powers finds Nora Barnett, and that one stung. We're going to get a corner kick.
Yeah, but Barnett and
it was tipped.
Yeah, Powers collided on a 50-50 ball there, and
I think Powers was running through it, and Barnett was just kind of incidental there, and it was just a tough spot.
Yeah, nothing nefarious about it at all, but they hit each other pretty good, and Powers seemed to not be too bothered by it, but
not as much as Barnett was. As there's the corner kick, brought to you by Channel Seed, and then jumping on it is Nora Barnett, handles it off the hop, a little bobble there, but no harm done from the corner from Sammy Johnson.
Yeah, she's probably going to take her time getting this ball back into play as well.
I wouldn't blame her. That was quite the collision.
Yeah, she puts it back in pretty quickly.
Again, approaching another hydration break here probably in the next minute and a half. Powers with it. She's going to chip one to Johnson. Johnson, a quick flick with her head. They're going to award a foul. Gilbert bench doesn't like it necessarily, but they will give the possession back to North Scott.
Yeah, the freshman Johnson has been playing hard out there. Has got some shots from that right side in their offense. She's definitely got a fast twitch out there. She's been getting to quite a few of those balls out there.
That's chipped out of bounds. And I definitely, you've noticed, Gilbert has shied away from getting it on the left side of the field. Again, Kuhn is kind of batting down the hatches on that side defensively, and definitely more room to work on that right side attacking. Substitution there from IMT. And here comes the throw-in. 21 minutes to play, just under. North Scott leads 3-0. A couple of first-half goals, and then most recently Mackenzie Muller with the left with 24-12 to go in this game. North Scott finds themselves in control Now they just have to milk the clock all the way down.
Nicely weighted ball.
Chloe Dorr. Well, she'll cross it back in. Muller off her body. Barnett. Barnett goes with the left, but not a lot of touch on it.
Good sportsmanship by both players as they both went down, got up, and gave each other a quick 5 here as they go back to action.
And you have to imagine at some point these kids have crossed paths coming up through club soccer, whether that be state cups or what have you as well. So there's some familiarity here or there.
Absolutely.
We'll get a hydration break once again. 3-0 North Scott leading the Gilbert Tigers, and we will head to break on the Girls Union Network powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours.
Fuel choice that's cheaper, homegrown, and better for the planet? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
We are back here at Lead Rec Fields in Ames, Iowa on this campus of Iowa State University. Big shout out to the grounds crew getting this field, both fields ready. And big shout out as well to the Girls High School Athletic Union for just making this an absolutely pristine event. Second the girls walk in, you can feel it. It's got the state vibes. They always do such a great job making the Iowa girl feel welcome at the state tournaments.
Yeah, absolutely. Referees have done a nice job. Tom McCullough's crew, center ref, called a great game on, hasn't given that card out yet. So I think both teams playing with some good sportsmanship. Have a couple fouls here and there, but everybody's playing hard and playing within the rules, so good to see as well.
And we're right back to action. Gilbert looking for some pace, and look who. It's it's Powers. Madison Powers has to go at the top of the box. It's handled by Nora Barnett. She corrals it, but nearly a strike there for Gilbert.
Yeah, Grand Jeanette was sharking there as that ball was just a little bit mishandled by Barnett. We get a replay here. Great job getting around that corner. Barnett just sticks with it. Had a little fumble there, but stuck with it and was able to get corralled before anybody was there to take it out of her hands.
Played ahead. Here's Grand Jeanette. Lofts one up into the air. Battle for it. Gilbert's starting to show a little bit more of their fight. Madeline Olswing turns it over. Booted away by Kuhn. Sammy Johnson. Plays it out wide. Tough tackle there. She'll take a tumble off that tackle by Reese Barnett.
Foul lead to a free kick for Gilbert.
So you hear another Norwalk goal in behind us?
And I think that actually is the 5th goal right there. I went over and checked during break, and it was just 4-0. I swore I'd heard another goal being scored there, but
On this side, we've got a 3-0 game. Aubrey Johnson trying to win the battle over in the far corner. And that will be a foul against Madeline Olswing. Free kick coming back the other way for North Scott. Handful of substitutions waiting here at the scorer's tent. Starting to get a little bit more of a breeze. Maybe some flag shifting slightly on this hot, toasty day in Ames, Iowa. 2A quarterfinal action, the 5-4 matchup. Substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. Once again, Mally Dutemeyer, as well as Natalie O'Flaherty check in for North Scott. You've got Greta Platts, Shelly O'Kee, and Rhea Mueller checking in for Gilbert. Some final 20 adjustments here being made. I'd imagine maybe one more round of substitutions for both of these teams. Maybe a couple more for North Scott, just to eat some clock.
I think you're exactly right.
Seen it enough to know it.
Yep, exactly.
That's headed away by Cameron Jones on the far side.
That change made up to ISU last year. I think it was the first year. This is the second year. I think you called it out as we came in from break, but facilities here just look really nice. The fields look really, really well taken care of.
Winning that battle was Hansen. She had Muller hounding her. You're right, though. Last year, it rained, I think, the first 2.5, 3 days. We had to deal with some intermittent weather in there, and the fields got a little bit soggy, but they did a good job to keep them championship quality all week long. Got to appreciate the natural grass turf out here. They're going to award a foul. Coming up a little gimpy was Kennedy Hansen back here for Gilbert.
I think Paige Kuhn is going to shoot this one on the frame here.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past her to put one on frame. Kuhn steps back. She has the leg to do it. She'll drive it. Going to try and curl it that back post. Headed up. Shielded nicely. And that is Hansen playing through it. Maybe a little bit of cramping going on with the calves as well. Not a comfortable spot regardless. Here's Barnett. Plays a cross in. Having a go is Jones. Jones off the crossbar.
She tries to put her second goal in there and just barely misses.
You know, North Scott's been unafraid to just let it rip. And that's certainly been a difference at times. And here come the Tigers. They're going to play it near side. Stepped into, though. Here's Cameron Jones again. Keeps that possession. Going to play it down to the corner. Trying to cross it in. Having a thought was O'Flaherty.
We'll take a replay of Cameron Jones with the shot from distance. It's settled down on the outside. Just a one touch there, goes screamer right off the top of the crossbar and out of play. Great camera work from our camera guys here for CISN.
Kenzie Muller knocked down that goal kick, and now she's got possession. That's going to be booted out of bounds on the defensive play. So it'll be a throw-in for North Scott. Under 15 minutes to play. 3-0. The 4-seed Lady Lancers leading the 5-seed Gilbert Tigers. North Scott trying to hand the Tigers their first loss of this season. They won 14. Tigers, there's a beautiful strike once again, and Muller's got the leg to bend one in there just a little high. Tigers have not lost a game this season. 14 wins, 2 draws. North Scott, meanwhile, just 1 loss, and that was to Bettendorf early in the year. 15 wins, 3 draws. And North Scott on their way to a 16th win if they can stave off Gilbert for another 14 minutes. Big collision there.
Both girls go down hard.
And they're going to just do a
there, yeah.
quick check run. Rhea Mueller.
Or Scott Lancer right there to help her back up to her feet as they put it back into play.
It's one of those awkward, she stumbled and tripped as she was going into a player. No ill intent, certainly. There's Kuhn. Keeps it in. That one does not stay in. It's a hazardous spot to be a fan in a fold-up chair along the sidelines today.
Yeah, Ball right to the chest there off of a deflection as one of the fans sitting under an umbrella over there trying to stay cool.
Head has to be on a swivel as we get a couple more IMT insurance substitutions. One of those being Mackenzie Muller checks out, as does Tanner Schild. Checking in for them, Sawyer Coburg. I believe Isabel Mora. Again, we've had a full day of soccer action. Class 1A started us off. 2A will wrap up our evening tonight. Then tomorrow we get 4 games in Class 3A. Take a break Wednesday, then back into semifinal action Thursday, Friday, and championship Saturday. I believe you've got one of those championship calls with BJ Shaben.
Yep.
BJ on the final 2 games, I believe Class 2A and 3A. Ben Gislason and Natalie Gislason will have you for the 1A title game on Saturday morning. And we're going to get a channel, channel seed corner.
I think it's the first one we've seen from that far corner, isn't it?
It is. Corner. Everything's been near side on this half of the field.
She's looking right into the sun there for her attack here.
It's going to curl, but not really go too far. It wasn't very high. Cleared out.
Trying to get it right back to her, yeah.
And here comes another run. The left this time, shielded away. Here comes Rhea Mueller. Ball played to the back line of North Scott. They're going to drift it all the way back to Nora Barnett, and Barnett's going to have to settle it and then clear it away. A quick chip played to Cameron Jones. This will find the foot of Natalie O'Flaherty. She loses it though. Strong defensive play by Paisley Wilberts. It's a tough tackle there by Oki on Cameron Jones. Flick off the head, and that tip ball is going to be played forward again. We're approaching 10 minutes left in this match. There's a nice breeze to cool us off momentarily. Powers plays it ahead. No one really there, and they're going to be content again using Barnett. Kennedy Hansen guiding some traffic from the substitution box here, telling her team to stay up, push up. Need some offensive pressure here. As stepping in on it again is Wilberts. Wilberts playing it up over the top. Grand Jeanette going to try and track it down, but she's got to get through Paige Kuhn first. Kuhn boots it out of play. We will get those IMT substitutions. Hansen checks in. Lydia Schnorenberg checks in as well. And we'll also grab some hydration here. So final 10 minutes, 3-goal game. If you're Gilbert, everything's got to push up. You've probably got to put 3 attackers up front now and really get that pace moving.
Yeah, totally agree with the scores. We've got 2 sophomores scoring for the Lancers, with Barnett scoring 1 on the PK and Cameron Jones, another sophomore, getting the 2nd goal. And then that 3rd goal was Mackenzie Muller, a senior. So some goal scoring from the underclassmen for sure, as it kind of sets North Scott up for maybe a good team the next couple years as well, with all these players getting experience, regardless of how far they go into the tournament here.
A lot of seniors, but a lot of sophomores for North Scott. You alluded to it.
I got a final over on that Norwalk game, 6-0 in favor of Norwalk, so they'll move on and play the winner of this game. That'll be on Thursday, right?
Yeah, 2:30.
Yeah, Thursday at 2:30 on Field 1.
Thanks to Quickstar for their support.
Is there an awards presentation over there on field number 1?
Stick with us for the awards presentation on field 2 here after this one concludes, and then we'll take a quick break before we finish up with Dallas Center Grimes Bishop Heelan at 5:45-ish. They do a good job of keeping things on track and on time here.
Yeah, he's definitely become a little bit more of an issue here as the game's gone on. I've seen a lot more of the wet towels
the
on the
snap
back
towels,
of the necks.
yep.
Yeah, the snap towels on the top of the heads and on the back of the necks, getting sweat taken off the body there as we see one of the Gilbert Tigers getting some treatment on the sidelines there, number 11.
That's going to be Kennedy Hansen.
Yep, one of that defensemen on the back line there. She's had her work cut out for her this whole game.
She's got a hamstring wrap, it looks like, too. And so, yeah, I mean, these girls playing through a lot here to finish off the season. And for some of them, maybe the last time that they wear their respective high school jerseys. So 10:09 to play. Class 2A quarterfinals. Northcott and Gilbert.
Yeah, Keaton Hansen, the guy we were just talking about, one of the senior defenders, you know. Going to be one of the last 10 minutes of her career right here, unless something drastic happens here for Gilbert. But it could happen.
You never know.
Yep, never know.
Seen crazier things,
exactly.
Certainly. Put it out into the ether. But here comes Northcott, and I think Northcott's going to kind of content to go into a turtle here and move everyone back, maybe just keep one attacker ahead as – well, look who it is again. Reese Barnett trying to use her speed and strength. Great shield there by Hansen. And that ball's going to flick ahead. Here comes an opportunity now for Gilbert. Powers tried to settle it. Great step in by Delaney Hill. Hill doing a wonderful job on that back line. Hasn't given Powers any room in the middle of the field to work.
Now, all day Powers, as soon as she's touched the ball, there's been somebody that's been almost on her immediately, if not two players, marking her up every time.
Gilbert's got to keep it moving. Trying to keep it moving. They were looking for a quick substitute. There's a foul call.
That's Cameron Jones drawing the foul.
She's been a little bit of everywhere today.
She has. Been a strong presence in the midfield. Sophomore coming in. 8 goals for her on the season. Notched her 9th there, the second goal of the match. There we have Paige Kuhn stepping up to take the free kick.
May put one on frame again. Why not?
I would not be surprised at all.
Coons drives it. Going to go far post. Again, too strong. She's got the leg to pepper a frame. Here we go with the substitution. Sammy Johnson, who's been steadfast in the back. And she is going to sub in for Keaton Hansen, the senior defender. Goal kick played ahead. Paisley Wilberts played it back. This one's going to bound off a couple of heads, and the volley is not settled as Northcott's going to look for a substitution once again and try and eat some more clock. Just again, every little 15-20, keep fresh legs.
Yeah.
Try and close this one out and get ready for a really tough Norwalk team on Thursday.
Cameron Jones taking a seat on the substitution. One of the very few times we've seen her step off the pitch.
She's been busy. Again, the goal that made it a 2-0 with 5:40 to play came off the foot of Jones. She had another great opportunity that rang a crossbar. Now here is Reese Barnett. Barnett plays it out wide. They're going to play the possession game now. Settling it, Schild. Schild inside. Having to go on frame. That curled in. Nice little strike from Isabella Moore. And again, that's going to eat clock. You can hear the Gilbert bench imploring quickly. That will take a big hop, but again, Northcott's just been on the ball all game long.
Just been relentless. Especially here in the second half, it just doesn't feel like they've let up at all. Seemed kind of a little bit back and forth in half number one with both teams having some chances until the Lancers broke through, but the second half has just been all Lancers.
Lancers, again, keep the possession off the throw-in. They'll play it out wide. Just trying to play a little triangle game. Here's Powers. Powers plays it out wide herself. This one to Rhea Mueller. Mueller takes it, has a little bit of room to work. She's going to go full sprint, but fending it away. Once again, Allie Mueller, senior defender. Clock under 6:20 to play. Crossed into the box, but doesn't quite get there. Instead, it's out of play. And again, North Scott will take their time on the goal kick. Tough one here for Gilbert, not used to being in this spot. They've only given up all of
5 goals, 8 goals on the season. But not more than
two in a game.
Yeah, that was at 2-2 tie at ADM early in the season, 3rd game of the year.
So again, haven't had to play down much, especially not in a 3-goal hole. And North Scott has just kind of dominated the pace today. I think they came in ready to roll. Their seniors obviously had that feeling from 2 years ago in their mouths still. They didn't want to relive that moment. You could see a little bit of that grit and tenacity out of their game. And I go back to that first half. Gilbert had a chance to go up 1-0 early.
Yeah, first 5 minutes of the
First
game.
5 minutes,
yeah.
ring a crossbar. Couldn't quite get it to go, as we're going to get a mass substitution brought to you by IMT Insurance. 5 subs for North Scott. 1, you're going to stop the clock for it. When you have 5 substitutions, automatic clock stoppage.
Maybe a good time to get some girls some experience here at the state tournament as they work a corner kick here for the Lancers.
4:41 to play. Far side corner. Again, that corner's been hot this second half. They're going to try and play maybe short here. Over to Mackenzie Muller. No, they'll go short side instead, trying to sneak it on the near post. It's headed away. A couple of opportunities, and off the deflection, it's Yoder Stalil. She'll sail it out wide here, and this is going to go to Grand Jeanette. Grand Jeanette with some room. Nice little touch and go. Madeline Olswing, nice play.
Yeah.
Grand Jeanette now going to try and cut it back in, but Kuhn just so tough, and that'll be one thing I'm going to look forward to watching on Thursday is how Kuhn handles that attack from Norwalk too, and how Norwalk tries to maybe press her a little bit more.
Yeah, because it's she's been a stalwart here on this near side for the Lancers.
Played in the middle. Here's Powers. Powers going to drop it in for Krukenberg. Krukenberg plays it back. This one for Platts. Platts hounded, trying to find an outlet. She just doesn't really have anywhere to go with it. She'll be awarded the foul. We'll get a free kick. Free kick was played quickly by Platts. It goes wide of the frame. Now we'll get substitutions once again, stop the clock. So anytime, I'm going to stand corrected here, anytime it's a substitution by the leading team in these final minutes, they stop the clock.
Yep.
They don't want to give that advantage. Again, trying to get some girls some experience, some minutes, keep legs fresh too.
Yep, absolutely. Good opportunity just to get some exposure to how it feels to be out there in a less stressful environment.
Header goes straight up. 50-50 ball will settle and then be booted out of bounds. And we're going to get a goalkeeper substitution as well for North Scott. Kelsey Clayton, the freshman, will check in here for Nora Barnett. Next opportunity they get. Nora Barnett's played a really sharp game today, too.
Yeah.
She's been really solid back there. Has been tested a couple of times.
Confident on the ball. Had a couple bobbles, but was right there, able to grab it, put it right back into play. We've got a foul on the far side.
I got a feel for Kelsey Clayton here. She's praying for a whistle that'll give her the substitution opportunity with 2:15 to play.
Just got to get a break and play in favor of North Scott to get the substitution in here. This one's in favor of Gilbert, so doesn't let the subs in.
Kuhn's got it again. She's going to play it up and through. No one's really going to track that one down. Just one forward for North Scott, and that is Mackenzie Muller, the lone scorer in the second half. 24-12 left in this game. She made it 3-0. That ball will take a skip, and Gilbert just trying to put it forward as much as they can, but this North Scott team is showing why they could give Norwalk some fits on Thursday too.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely going to be an interesting game. Just two strong teams are going to be colliding on the semifinals. Is that going to be a semifinal? It'll be a semifinal.
That will be a semifinal, yes. Nice move there, Kennedy Hansen. Hansen with a couple nice moves, then has a go with the right. Scooped up, and nice save by Nora Barnett to put a bow on her night. And just waiting for the whistle here in the final minute of play. Barnett will boot it away. 45 to play, and the Lancers looking to put a final exclamation point on it. Here's Muller again. That's going to kick out of bounds. We will get subs in. Final 33 seconds. Nora Barnett will check out. Kelsey Clayton checks in at keeper, as well as a couple of others, and Sawyer Coburg. And Allie Muller, the senior, checks in as well. And for the first time in quite a while, guess who does check out? Paige Kuhn.
I think probably player of the game there, would you say?
I think defensively she certainly was a difference maker. I think you could put in the mix Mackenzie Muller, the presence she had up front. Everything kind of funneled through Reese Barnett today, and Cameron Jones came on and kind of one of those unexpected players,
exactly
right?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Had several shots on goal. Did get one in. And I think the second one that she put in was kind of like just kind of broke it open for the Lancers.
Just 8 goals on the season for Cameron Jones. As Gilbert's going to push it forward with 10 seconds to go. Here comes one final run, Rhea Mueller. That's going to be sent out of bounds, and that will sound the final horn. North Scott, the Lady Lancers advance to the 2A semifinals with a 3-0 victory over Gilbert. Final thoughts?
Yeah, I think they played, obviously played the better game today. Gilbert doesn't have anything to be too sad about here because I think they played a good first half here, but the Lancers just too much, just the offensive pressure that they had, at the second part of the first half, and then the whole second half was just too much for them to bear.
Well, with that, let's turn it over to our public address announcer for the trophy presentation as well as the bracket move.
Presenting awards from the IGHSAU is Girls Union Executive Director Eric Rowick, along with Soccer Administrator Tanya Moe. Congratulations to head coaches Don Jones and Heather Kearns and the Gilbert Tigers on an outstanding 2026 soccer season. Lancer fans, your team advances to the IGHSAU semifinals, where you'll face Norwalk on Thursday at 2:30 p.m. on Field 1. Now I'd like to recognize today's quick star of the game, Mackenzie Moore.
So there you have it, 3-0 once again. North Scott tops the Gilbert Tigers. The Lady Lancers will move on to take on Norwalk on Thursday afternoon in the 2A semifinals. Thank you so much for joining us today on the broadcast for 2A quarterfinal action. He's Austin Oliver. I'm John Schaefer. For our entire crew, great job today. We'll be right back with another one coming up in just a bit. But for now, you've been watching live coverage of the 2026 Girls State